Pratt & Whitney 2B-30 deep hole drill, L.R. Brown Company. We're going to talk about how the machine is set up, how we home the machine, how we touch things off. So as we approach the machine, we're going to see that in this particular case, the machine is already powered up. You can see the drives are powered, servo drives, spindle drives, etc. But the main control power is not on. So we're going to hit that main control power, and the first thing you're going to notice is the screen will start to go through a diagnostic, and then the filtration pump is going to start. That's going to take oil out of the dirty side of the tank, run it through the filters, put it into the clean side of the tank. That runs constantly. So let's turn this on. Make sure your buttons are out all the way around the machine. Turn that on. So this will go through its diagnostic, and we're going to go through exactly how we set the machine up. So here we are. Here's our main screen. I'm going to start with drill settings. Feed rate in inches per minute. For this particular project, we're going to pick 1.5 inches per minute. We'll hit this arrow button, which is the enter button. Now we're going to go oil trip pressure. The machine has a sensor which senses the oil pressure very accurately, and we want to tell it what we're going to set it for, and then it will maintain that pressure within 100 psi. If it goes below the trip pressure by more than 100 psi, it will shut the machine off while we're running. So we are going to be setting it for 600 psi, so we'll set this for 600 psi. This does not set the pressure. This just sets the trip pressure for the switch. Our spindle RPM. Right now we're in the high range. If I switch to the low range, it brings this box up over here. This is in the high range. Depending on which way you have the pulleys set up on your spindles, this is a convenient way to change from high range to low range. So we're in the high range. This is actually the lowest speed on the high range of 2,500 RPM, but that's what we want to run for this particular project. Our drill diameter right now is 605, so we're going to put that in. That's going to set our pump to run at the right RPM. Now we're going to forward to length. So now this is how we set up the length on the machine before we touch off and establish our home position. So we're going to set a retract length of 0.0 0.5. Aha, see, we make some mistakes. So 0.50. That's what we want. So 1/2 inch. Once we home the tool and we press our home button and it homes, it is going to back up 1/2 inch to allow us to load the part and unload the part without chipping the drill. Touch off distance. When we go to home the tool, we don't actually want to touch the tool to the part. We want to stay a little bit away because I don't want anybody chipping drills. Drills are expensive. So we're going to set this for 0.125, so 1/8 of an inch. And we're going to get the drill to within 1/8 of an inch of the part and call that our home position. It will then, the computer will then add this 1/8 of an inch to our set length. Length of blank. This particular blank is 28 inches long. And then length after blank. We're going to say we'd like it to travel an extra 1/2 inch after the tip of the drill breaks through the part, to make sure that we've drilled the full diameter, the entire length. Now we forward to DRO. We can see all of our settings, and after we set it up, we'll decide where we are, where we're going, how far we have to go. So let's move over here. open the door. This particular machine has a chuck we've provided for this example. We have our part. And what we're going to do is this has a donut. We're going to pull this out and expose that drill. Now, in order to move, we need to have the door closed. So now we're going to bring that. It's a little tough to see with the camera. Let's talk about our buttons for a minute. This is very important. Setup and run. For touching off and setting the home position, we want to be on setup. And then we're going to come up here and this jog in and out. So, I'm going to try to hold this as close as I can so that you can see it. We're going to jog this in until the tip of the drill is 1/8 of an inch away from the part. Once we know that we're there, we are going to press and hold the home button until it starts to blink. Now that we're blinking, we've established that as our home position. We're going to let the button go, and the drill is going to retract the amount that we've set on the screen for retract position. So we'll come back over here. You can see the drill is just retracted 1/2 inch. And now if you look, the light is green, and that solid green means that we are in the load position, and that's where we're going to begin our cycle. If at any point, let's go back over here, we are going to cycle stop. We're going to go to the run position. Now we're in the run mode. If we jog the tool back or forth or any other position and then hit the home button again in the run mode, it will come back to the load position regardless of where you are. So now you are ready to run your part. You can open the door, bring the tool back, the chip box back in, lock everything up, and we're ready to run.